Hey guys, Rick and Duke, welcome to another episode of War HOGG Words of Wisdom. This one here is how to hit the IG lottery. That's right, Instagram, hit it big, 5 million plus views. I'm going to tell you how to do it. But first, let me tell you a little bit about Duco. If you're new to the show, probably going, who's this Duco character? Well, Duco was my combat assault dog. I lost him July 5th, 2021 to osteosarcoma. We started this show. We're going to end it. We're going to keep his memory alive. In part, keeping with his memory alive, we partner with Scott Swish in all volunteer. Say again, all volunteer, 501c3. So if you want to know more about that or doing a tax deductible donation, you can go to scottswish.org/in honor of Duco. Speaking of websites, don't forget warhog.com, kellydefense.com. Sign up for that newsletter. Trust me, we don't hit your inbox with a bunch of spam. Be honest with you, I've been a little behind as far as getting a new newsletter out there, so I owe you one of those. If you like what you're hearing, do me a favor, world, friends, tell your family. And oh, by the way, hit that subscribe button on whatever platform or platforms you listen to. Leave us a rating review. I don't care if it's just a thumb up emoji. Do something just to help us get that algorithm. And then, oh, by the way, if you want to support the show, one final thing, go to patreon.com/on the range podcast. Training tips, behind the scenes, vlogs, and oh, by the way, a bi-monthly Zoom call, interactive with you, the patrons, and me and Mark, where we solve all the world's problems. So, all that being said, here's the deal, guys. Man, you want to know how to hit the IG lottery? Even for that, that mess, Facebook and Zuck and all the other crap going on out there. I hate to burst your bubble. Don't shut me off. Listen to what I got to tell you. I have no idea. Here's the thing. We had a post we put out on the Range podcast, February 28th. Again, Monday Funny. It's kind of what we do across all platforms, whether it's War HOGG Tactical, War Dog Duco, on the Range podcast, or warhog_com is the backup page. So we put a funny out on February 28th. Now, somewhere around the 15th of March, this thing starts getting traction in Steam, and it's picking up where, as it sits of today, we're at over 5 million views on this thing. I forget how many. Let me look at the numbers here, so I'm not telling you lies, although it's probably going to change. Over 336,000 likes on it, shared almost 800,000 times, 1,400 comments. Now, understand this, my Monday Funnies, I'm just doing reposts, right? So the original guy that kind of put it out there that I got it from, he only had like 27,000 views. So here's the thing. This is the question you got to ask yourself, right? Because everyone's always pondering and, oh, so-and-so's got X amount of followers and got this and got that. Okay, that's cool. But here's the bottom line. This is a prime example to show you how much these platforms are manipulated. So how is it all of a sudden that, we'll just call it 2 weeks later, this thing picks up traction? And for lack of better terms, we hit the IG lottery, right? Never have we had anything even come remotely close. 5 million plus views, and we're still cooking. Now, with that, here's the thing, right? You got to look at all these numbers and everything else. You got 5 million people that have been exposed to On the Range podcast, or at least the page, right? Granted, we've probably picked up, 500-ish more followers from that. How many are going to be listening? Some of the comments are in different languages, so do they actually understand anything we're saying? I mean, who knows, right? All those kind of questions. But it goes back to the very essence that we've been kind of talking to you guys about. Use these platforms as best you can. So I'll give you a prime example. My buddy Brad over in Australia, so he's doing super with this canine training business, working the Facebook side. He's getting great traction from Facebook. I mean, I think he's picking up, 100, 200 kind of follower type likes, whatever. I guess they're followers over there. Kind of per day for the stuff he's putting out. So somehow he's hitting on that stuff. So man, did I change anything? No, pretty much the same hashtags, the same format, the same, but this thing sits in the IG wonderland, I guess, for lack of better terms, and then just takes off. I mean, just ramping, continue. So it's like, where's it at? Where's people seeing it? How's this, what's the magical, I guess, formula that Zuck has his peeps behind the scenes flipping buttons, doing switches, So I'm just curious to see kind of how this thing entails. I'll be an honest broker. Since this took off, haven't done nothing with the page. I'm gonna let it sit and ride. I don't want to add nothing, throw off my algorithm, jack stuff up, because you know what? No one knows, short of them savages that work there behind the magical scenes, how to get it to work. You look at, oh yeah, you have all these. It's amazing the rubbish solicitation you get on this site. Oh man, grow your page, get followers, use my secret hashtags, and you got like 1,500 people, and you're like, so how have you mastered this thing? Or then you sit there and go, cool. Even in the tactical firearm space, nope. How you going to navigate that one? No idea on that one. So it's an interesting beast, but my point being is somehow we play the lucky numbers, and next thing you know, boom, this thing's cranking. Bunch of shares, bunch of stuff. Now, what I will tell you is this is how all this, from the entrepreneurial standpoint, if you want to say the marketing side. So again, we've touched in essence 5 million people. All right, 5 million. At least I would hope heard the name on the Range podcast. At least 500 people decided to click the follow button. Now, granted, there's been a couple people that dumped off. You're always going to get those people that try to hit the follow. I don't think you're going to follow them back and bolt, whatever, man. It's too much of a game for me. But here's the thing, where the rubber meets the road, it's not like the last couple days we've seen a super spike in the podcast listens. So I just say all that to my entrepreneurs out there. If you're trying to work Instagram as a marketing tool, does it kind of get the word out there? I guess. But really, this is think about it. What's a podcast cost you? Nothing. Zip. Type it in whatever platform you listen to, hit the little search bar, boom. At least take a listen. So in essence, it wouldn't cost you nothing. But again, not really seeing that. So I just go, all right, if I was selling product X, would it generate? I don't know. So these are all questions when you're looking at marketing. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I personally, I'm not going to give Zuck one iota penny of mine because this is a prime example, right? Somehow we hit the lottery. Somehow this thing ramped up. Somehow this funny post took off. Why? Man, that is the magical question of the hour. It's kind of like the lottery when you go there and give me the quick pick. Cool. Maybe you get it. Maybe you don't. But I just want to bring that up because it plays into kind of everything we've been talking about. Plays into the whole entrepreneurial side. It plays into, people trying to figure out IG. Hey, I gained 20 people and 10 bolt. All right. Well, that just tells you the platform's flawed, right? We know the platform's flawed because as soon as I put a post out there and I say anything U.S. Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, man, what's popping up? The bots. So I would say this, Mr. Zuckerberg, if you're listening, number one, clean up your platform. You are just an advertising agency that basically runs a bunch of rubbish. Because here's the thing. You can't tell me that you don't know you've got umpteen gazillion bots and you're doing nothing out there to battle your bots. Whether it's bots trying to sell me followers, whether it's bots trying to be fake IG that I've done some violation, whether it's fake bots trying to get me a blue check mark, whether you got trolls out there that are catfishing people. Basically, you're running a criminal organization, in my opinion. You want the protection of 230, but you want to act as an editor. And I would just say this 2022, I believe, is going to be the year where we're going to get 50 veterans into Congress. And I'm going to tell you this, when that happens, yeah, we've got a couple agenda things that need to be addressed. But I'd say something close to the top. You know what? You need to clip these wings of these power players and go, hey, dude, you don't have it both ways. You can't suppress somebody's freedom of speech. You want to advertise? That's cool. I got it. That's your business. Your advertising agency. But sit there and sell yourself as that. That's all you are. Your billions of dollars that you've made, you suckered off of people. And then in turn, what you've done is you got the catfishes out there suckering people, stealing people's stuff. And then, oh, by the way, you don't even want to sit there when the real person, because you've got no way to validate who these people are, when the real person's sitting there going, hey, man, somebody's got my info, using my picture, stealing these people's money. They don't care. They really don't. So in essence, say Zuckerberg's part of a criminal organization. So same thing with all the, big tech. That's just, Rick speaking, because it's all manipulated. They can sit there and change text and do whatever they want. And again, I'm slightly digressing off of hitting the IG lottery. Although I get really nothing out of it, I'd rather see, to me, success is people signing up for the newsletter, because that shows me that those people are interested truly 100% in what I have to hear or what I have to put out, because that's coming directly from me. People that are subscribed to the podcast. Yep. People that are listening. Yep. Share our stuff. Yep. That's all positive stuff. But in the grand scheme, I'm not super impressed with any of the social marketing platforms. I got kind of forced into it because of the business thing. That's what you've got to do. That's the new marketing. That's the way you go. And unfortunately, we'll see at the end of the day how our big winnings pan out. So on that, had some people ask, man, you fidget around a lot. Yeah, because I'm at a stand-up desk. That's right. I'm not sitting in the chair. So kind of now, if you notice, whenever I'm podcasting, obviously you don't see me when I'm working, but kind of sit there, standing up, doing my business. So again, just one more piece for me that I feel I'm a little more efficient with it. Speaking of efficiency, I'm going to ask the $1 million question. Oh, you guys know what time it is. Accountability check, right? That's between you and yourself. And then obviously you listen to the prior episode. Got that notebook? I hope you do. But again, if you're listening to my voice, you haven't worked out today, get her done. I got it. We had to get a late one in today. Just had some stuff going on. Busy during the day, kind of out of my normal workout window. But you know what? Got it done. Get your dry fire stuff in there. Playing around. Got a new rig tooling with, just seeing how well this thing works or doesn't work. So kind of putting it through those dry fire trials. And then, oh, by the way, look for those opportunities to be a good person. So again, didn't really bolt out of the office that much today, have interactions with other people, but Mama did get her cup of coffee delivered to her this morning. So try to do little things like that. Anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Just again, final reminder, just, you know the deal. Subscribe, rating, review, thumbs up emoji, tell your friends, tell your family. And here's the thing. If you're listening to the podcast, do me a favor, man. I know Brad had one of his buddies over in Australia. He was listening to the podcast and he grabbed a quick clip of it. Man, record that stuff. tag us at Range Podcast in the AG. So definitely get repost, but awesome hearing that stuff out there. Anyway, guys, get out there, crush the day if it's in the morning. If not, crush the evening, crush the week. I wish you guys nothing but success out there. Make yourself 1% incrementally better each and every day. That's it, man. Just 1%. Little better than yesterday. And trust me, as the weeks start progressing, you will be out there crushing it. So, guys, in closing, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless our troops. God bless the United States of America. Rick and Duke out.